Hey guys, it's the Artsy Gamer back again for another video in our channel. Of course, grab your teas, grab your coffees, yeah, maybe a little bit of food, and let's do this. All right, guys, you know how it works. Let's take a sip of coffee before we begin. Wow. Going on my spiral coaster there. And yes, guys, if you are new here today and you're into retrospectives, complete unboxed experiences, art and graphic design, and of course the odd bit of nostalgic talk, then you are so in the right places. Definitely consider giving this channel a subscribe and a like to the video if you haven't already. And yeah, if you are really enjoying the Artsy Gamer mess and madness, then yeah, just pop on your notification bell just held there by Tails. Well, guys, can I just say a humongous thank you, because we have reached 300 subs on YouTube, and you know what that means. It means a giveaway. Yes. So last week I drew this really awesome PS1 Hagrid as my first giveaway, my first Christmas giveaway, actually. And because it is Christmas time, you know, and 300 is a big number. And to mark this special occasion, I am going to be doing 3 giveaways, hopefully jotted out through December. I don't know why I use the word jotted out, but you know, we're going with the gist, jotted out through December. So of course, this is going to be the first one, and come on, forgive me guys, I know this isn't coloured in yet, but when it is fully covered, and it will be done by the end of the week for the giveaway video, does that make sense? But yes, and then I'm hoping to do a full figure version of Hagrid and a really cool retro PlayStation one with loads of really cool Harry Potter stickers all stuck around it, which I think will really hit. And yeah, maybe that could be actually more towards Christmas Day kind of thing, yeah, because yeah, you know, I want to give away my art, and let's just say a massive thank you for all the wonderful support that I've had over here on YouTube and on TikTok. So yeah, but yeah, forgive me guys. This PS1 Hagrid will be coloured by the end of the week. So full details on how to enter, you know what, we're going to put them at the end of the video, so you're going to have to watch me all the way through, unless you just skip to the end. But, you know, I'm hoping you're going to stay all the way through and enjoy the artsy madness. So yes, full details on how to grab yourself a PS1 Hagrid will be at the end of this video, so definitely stay tuned. But right, guys, we are on our final bit of the series 4 of my retro Christmas guide. Now, today is actually going to be a little bit more modernified, if that makes any sense, because I know some people are looking to get a PlayStation 5 for Christmas, and there's obviously a few little tips and tricks and hints that I do need to provide if you are looking to get one. So today we are going to actually be taking the poor PlayStation 5 apart. Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
But I have had some requests to say, look, I'm going to get one for Christmas. I've just got the base storage, but man, I get through my games like hell. You know, I need a bit more storage, and I totally get that. I was the same. I needed to get some internal storage quick and fast, but it's not as easy as the old PlayStation 2 days where you just got your memory card, you know, and you plugged it in. Oh, no, no, no. We have to start getting a bit technical, dismantling the whole thing, guys. We need screwdrivers, so get your screwdrivers at the ready. Yeah, just to take off like this little slip to actually then get into the bit where you plug in your internal storage. So yes, we'll cover all that. And so it's basically an idiot's guide on how to pop in some external storage, yeah, or internal, external. I've been using those words flippantly, but yeah, you know my drift by now. It's the Artsy Gamer, it's rough and ready. What do you expect? So anyway, guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you through a walkthrough on how to basically unplug your PlayStation 5, take it over to a table, and I'll show you a setup there. We are going to dismantle the PlayStation 5. Then we're actually going to get a bit technical, start unscrewing the old thing apart. Then I'll show you my internal storage. I will remove it and then I'll put it back in, and then we'll go and pop the PlayStation back. Because there might be some people that have already got a PlayStation and it's already, hooked up, ready to go. But they're like, yeah, now is the time to upgrade. And they might simply just be getting a lovely bit of storage just for Christmas. Because, guys, they are quite pricey in themselves. So, even just one of those is a big, big old Christmas present. So, yeah, they might be like, right, okay, now is the time. So I'll show you how to dismantle your PlayStation 5 safely, etc. And we'll go through the whole process. Oh, all right then, guys. So we're going to take a quick sip of coffee. 2 seconds. Join me. It could be a tea, but it's a coffee for me. Come on. Oh, yes, baby. Okay. And yeah, I'll take you over to the modern studio. Right then, guys, yeah, so here we are by my PlayStation 5, and oh my god, look how big it is. It's as big as me. I forgot how big this bad boy is. Yeah, now this is the OG model. I know there are some people out there that are looking for this video that have actually got the slimline version, but nevertheless, the process is pretty much the same, so it won't differ too much. So what I'm providing you should be enough to help you out. So here we go then. For me, I've got 3 plugs that I need to unplug here. I've got my internet port just at the top there. That's the white cable. You can't quite see it. I've got my HDMI cable just located just underneath that. And then I've got my power cable. So all I'm going to do is simply remove those now. And then that will make the PlayStation 5 freestanding. And then we'll go and take it over to the art studio, I think. I think the art studio will be the best place to do that. And then, yeah, I can take you through the process of removing those goddamn panels. Yeah, they are it's a little bit squeaky bumhole time. Yeah, when you remove those panels. But hopefully I'll provide you a good bit of information to help you do that safely. Right then, so here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna record this so you can have a good old laugh at me trying to unplug each one of these. You know how it is, artsy gamer, rough and ready. So here we go. Now the internet port is a little bit. Is it internet port? Internet. I never get that quite right. Anyway, you can tell me. So anyway, that has come off nice and cleanly, but that one does require a little bit more effort. You have to actually pinch that to then unplug it. But apart from that, we're good. And you know what? Just kind of leave it there. Kind of leave it there because you don't want it falling behind the back of the cabinet and stuff like that, and you have to go fishing. No, we don't want that. So just pretty much unplug and leave, unplug and leave. All right, so now is my HDMI cable. Just give it a little bit of a wiggle, and there we go. And I'm simply just going to leave that there. You don't want it flying behind the back of the cabinet. And then obviously, this one's a bit of a tough one as well. Let's go give it a good old wiggle. There we go. And that's my power cable dismantled. And then here we go. Yeah, there we go. What? It is big, isn't it? It is really big and quite heavy. Man, you could go to the gym with this thing. Start lifting. Damn, okay.
Man, you could go to the gym with this thing. Start lifting. Damn, okay.
But yeah, there we go. God, like I said, it's massive. Oh! All right, we're going to go and take this over to the art studio. All right, yeah. So here we go. We've just brought the PlayStation 5 over to the table where I will be doing my dismantling. And like I said, I just wanted to actually give a bit of perspective on how big this thing is. So yeah, that is my little mini retro arcade machine. And again, I will just put my cup of tea here. Oh, tea? Hang on, tea, coffee. What am I saying? God. Just here as well. And that really does give you a perspective on how big this machine is. So if you are looking to pick up a PlayStation, and maybe the OG one, you do have to consider that it is quite large and you may need to set aside a lot of room to put it into your gaming space. So that is just another top tip that I would like to provide here. This is a big ass unit.
Big ass unit.
All right, so you will need to plan ahead on where you want to put this in your gaming setup. But as the PlayStation 5 is here, I do just want to take you around this beauty a little bit. I mean, it's the artsy gamer. I love art and aesthetics, okay? And I really do love the design of this thing. And when it first came out many years ago, I was a little bit unsure. I quite liked the sleek look of the PlayStation 4. But honestly, the PlayStation 5 really grew on me in the end. I just like the futuristic look of it and the spikes that just go up the side there. Really, really beautiful, actually. So, yeah, comment down below. Did the aesthetics of the PlayStation 5 really grow on you? Or are you still a little bit like, nah, it's not for me, but I just bought it because of the awesome games you can play on it? But anyway, yeah, that's a little bit of a perspective there. So just make sure you are aware of that. Right then, we're going to go for a bit of a top-down view now, and I'll show you how to dismantle this PlayStation 5. All right then, guys, so here we go. I believe this is probably the best angle that we can do this with. So to access the bit where we want to put our external storage, you need to get your PlayStation 5 where the disk drive is located, and you need that bit facing upwards. Okay, and then we've got a lovely PlayStation 5 looking at us. Okay, or shall I say a bit of a naked PlayStation 5? If it all goes correctly. What I would advise is maybe putting a bit of a mat down onto your surface just to avoid any scratches that could happen during this process. Because I'm not going to lie, it is a bit, I think I used the term squeaky bum. Sorry, squeaky bum all time.
I'm squeaky bum. Sorry, squeaky bum all time.
I was laughing before I even said it. Yeah, when you go to do this. But if you follow my steps, you should be able to do it really seamlessly. Let's hope. And by the way, guys, if this all goes wrong, I am not cutting this out. We're going to have a good old laugh. All right, then. So what you need to do, you need to go to the top right-hand corner of your PlayStation panel, okay? And you're going to use your right hand to do that. Then you're going to get your left hand to just support the base of your PlayStation. If you do that, that should be a good solid foundation to then be able to perform the next step, which is to prise the top right bit of the panel up but down at the same time. Okay, you're prising it up and then down at the same time. And I don't even know why the camera is shaking. I'm not even touching it, guys. It's the wind. It's the wind. All right then. So that's what we're going to do now. Again, I do apologize if there's any shadows getting in the way. Okay, so I'm just going to come around to one side and hopefully this will go to plan. So again, I'm just getting the top right-hand corner and my left hand is supporting that PlayStation and I pull up and down. Hey! That didn't go too well, did it? That was all right. That was all right. Okay, so yeah, there we go. There's the panel. And then we've got a bit of a naked PlayStation 5. We're going to get a little bit naked now. Close your eyes, close your eyes. Are we ready? We're going to get a little bit naked. Nakey is coming in. What is also a really good idea, guys, if you are just doing this for the first time but you've had your PlayStation for quite a while, now is a really good time to actually just give it a bit of a dust, okay? Because this is where, you know, that PlayStation sucks in all the dust, and it'll be a really good idea to just actually give it a bit of a clean, an artsy game of clean. Because if you do that, then, you know, you're going to keep this beautiful console lasting for a lot longer. All right, and of course you've got the fan there. You know how it works. I ain't gonna teach you to suck eggs, but just give it a dust, a bit of a blow. I normally do a bit of a blow, don't I? Should I just do it just for, you know, keepsake? Let's just give it a bit of a blow. Sorry, guys. All right, then. So, yeah, there's your disk drive. There's your fan. And, of course, here you go. We've got our external storage that we can then open up and put in place. Now, obviously, I have already got some external storage in there. So you will already see something that is already plugged in. But I am going to dismantle it and then I'm going to put it back in again. You know, for example, some people may already have some storage in there. All right. But they might just be wanting to upgrade it. So they will be having to untake this panel apart and, you know, remove and plug in your external storage. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think we're pretty good, guys. Let's take a sip of coffee. I think, you know what? I think I finished mine. So you go ahead, guys. You go ahead. Right. So whilst you're drinking your teas and coffees, you know how it works here. You know, Blue Peter. already gone and got one of these. Whether or not I've got the right screw head, though, that's a different question. So here we go. We're about to find out. All right, so I would recommend getting one of these screwdrivers here with lots of different heads. It's just good for day-to-day life, though, isn't it, as well? You know, nothing worse than needing a screwdriver and you've got the incorrect head. So one of these is perfect. You can get these really cheap, actually. I think I got them from B&M. Look, £5 for this bad boy. You know, loads of different heads there. And I'd say really good quality, actually. And this is magnetic, so they just pop in and out really easily. So yeah, here we go. So I believe this should be all right. But again, because I've got all those heads, it doesn't really matter. I probably will find one that suits it. Okay, and then here we go. What I'm going to do is, it is this little screw here that I just need to unscrew. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So we're going to go left. I learned that in my good old graphic design back in the day, GCSE, you know what I'm saying, and maybe a bit of A-level. All right, here we go. And yeah, just unscrew it until it becomes nice and loose. Yeah, I think I might be able to just, yeah, there we go. Now, keep that to one side. Please don't lose it, guys, because that's, you know, keeping that storage nice and safe in there. And obviously you do want to put it back on, don't you? So there you go. Just keep that to one side. And then, yeah, we will be able to unprise this, I believe, nice and steadily. There we go. And again, just pop that to one side there as well. All right then, so here we go. I've got my storage here. Now, guys, this also requires a screw. Again, there's a small screw here that you also have to, you know, give it the old righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
And give it the old righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
So that's what we're going to do now. Now, I believe this one may be a little bit smaller. So I am going to now just change the head on this. See, there we look at that. Look at that. So it is a bit smaller. All right, so let's get a bit of a tiny one. Gosh. Come on. I don't know. Maybe this one? Nah, that's too. Maybe this one? I think this one's maybe a little bit. Yeah, go on. We'll try it. Rough and ready over here. You know what I'm saying? It might take a few attempts. Okay, so look at that though. Straight in there, baby. Okay, right, so, and yes, I would say that's perfect, actually. Well, I say that. Maybe not. Is that going to come apart there? Might still be a little bit too big. Very hard to see, actually, guys. So it might be worth actually getting a bit of a light on the situation as well. You don't want to, do you know what I mean? You don't want to actually make that head on the screw itself bold, if you know what I mean. So I do believe that might require a bit of a smaller one, actually. But, you know, good job I got my B&M bargain thing going on here. Do you know what I'm saying?
You know, good job I got my B&M bargain thing going on here. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think this one might be a little bit smaller, so let's go for that one. Okay. All right, we're cooking. Guys, I actually don't know if you... is my head in the way? Is my head in the way? I'm so sorry if it is. If it was, you just missed half of that. And there we go. And again, just pop that to one side. Please do not lose it. Okay. And then boom, boom, boom. You have your lovely... Yeah, there we go. Storage. Now, I have got a branded PlayStation storage pack. Now, I tell you what, guys, you know, I'm an idiot, all right? I'm not good at this kind of thing, and I managed to do that quite successfully. So here we go. So I don't know why I diverged there, but I'm just saying I'm an idiot. I managed to do that. And again, now moving on to this, I'm just saying there are a lot of external storage packs you can get online. But what I'm trying to say is, because I'm an idiot, I just wanted to make this process as seamless as possible. So I did go for that PlayStation branded one here. And this, I just, you know, because, you know, it's a PlayStation brand, we've got PlayStation, nothing could probably go wrong. And I had no issues with this whatsoever. Now, this one, okay, is all put together for you. There are some online where you have to kind of apply the thermal paste and all that. So it's kind of like you get it, but you have to like put the actual storage together first before you plug and play. With this, it's all done for you. So it's good for idiots. That's what I'm trying to get at, basically. And I would recommend this. I believe there may even be more storage than this. I believe I just probably maybe was like 1 terabyte of storage, I think. This may have just been a 1 terabyte, but I think you can get 2 terabytes in this PlayStation brand one. And of course, there are other ones out there as well that you may want to explore. But basically, yeah, like I said, what I'm getting at, if you're a bit of an idiot, just get the basic one here. PlayStation, you can't go wrong. Yeah. Right then, guys, so you may have already got your storage, you've taken that out, and then you're popping your new one back in, or you're popping this in for the first time, and now look, we're just going to do it all again in reverse. So here we go. We're going to plug your new storage in. For me, my old one. And you've got some pins that you do need to line it up against, but it goes in pretty smoothly, and then just make sure that is fully in there. You might need to apply a bit of pressure. Okay, and then it is in there nice and comfortably. And then we just work in reverse. You're going to get your smaller screw, and we're just going to pop that back in there. All right, get your small screw here. Was I just holding that up there? I'm so sorry. There we go. And then now we're going to do righty-tighty. And we're going to screw this bad boy back in. And you may need to apply a little bit of pressure here. All right, as we screw it down. And I would go fairly tight. All right, you know, go fairly tight with that. Yeah. Okay. I think I could probably go a bit more, actually. And also what I was going to say was, guys, yeah, that's pretty much in now, I think. This is the OG. This is the OG PlayStation. All right. I have said there are some people out there that have got the brand new model, maybe the slimline, maybe the PlayStation Pro, although that comes with pretty hefty storage. So you may not even be looking to add storage to that. But the process is the same, and I believe this exact process is exactly the same. I don't think there's any real difference between the OG model and some of the slimmer models out there. This is very much a universal procedure here with actually adding your external storage. All right. Okay, and then, yeah, we will just, I think we'll kind of go in that direction. There we go, lovely. And that should line up with the hole itself. Yeah, there we go. That should fall in seamlessly. And then we're actually going to swap that into the bigger one. There we go. I think I was aware that I was saying external. Sorry, internal storage the other day. Other day? Sorry. I'm chatting rubbish now. Earlier on in the video, I think I was saying internal, but now it's kind of internal. You could argue this is now internal, I guess. You know, it's my words, rough and ready. Right then, okay, so that is nice and fully secure. Remember to make sure that is down real tight. And then now we're actually going to pop the panel back on. And this is also a bit of a procedure itself. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the camera. I'm going to move this back into its other orientation. And then I'll show you how to put the panel back on. Right then, guys, there we go. So I've now moved the PlayStation into this orientation, as I believe this is probably the best way to pop it in. All right, so we've got our panel here. Now, you can actually see that there was quite a lot of dust there. I'm now leaving dirty fingerprints on here. So probably what a good idea is, after, you know, you've kind of popped this back on, just give this a little bit of a wipe down as well with maybe a really damp cloth. Or you could just maybe do the front now. But if you are looking to do the back here and you are looking to get a bit of water on here, you must not then go straight putting that back on. Okay, you must leave that to dry completely. So it's entirely up to you. But yeah, that was quite dusty there, so I would recommend giving a bit of a dust. All right, so here we go. This is how you pop it back on. Now, we have got some spikes here which actually feed seamlessly into the markers that I'm just pointing to there. So what I quite like to do is I quite like to kind of look to one side. I don't know if I'm actually getting on the camera there, to just line up one of them. Okay, I've kind of lined up the one that is just to the right hand side here, and then push in, and then it's on. Okay, as simple as that. You simply just line it up. Like I said, I recommend that one. Push in and up, and then it's on, and then boom, you've got your PlayStation 5 back to normal. And God, it's so big, it doesn't even fit in the screen that well. Right then, guys, so there we go. That's the PlayStation 5. And I'll show you how to pop it back safely into all those ports. Right then, guys, yep, so here we are back where the PlayStation was originally, and we're going to just pop that back safely in the ports there. Okay, so my first one I'm going to do is that internet port, and I would recommend, guys, if you are looking to get that PlayStation portal or some seamless internet play, then definitely connect your internet and hardwire it in, absolutely, for the best kind of online experience. So I would recommend doing that. So guys, yeah, maybe set up your PlayStation near an internet port, absolutely. I would recommend that, hence why I've done that here. Also, my Wi-Fi, the wireless router is directed right by it as well. I deliberately did that. If you are looking to, you know, get your PlayStation for the first time and you're looking to maybe getting together a little gaming setup over Christmas and using that break to be able to do so, then yeah, I would recommend getting that wireless router right next to it as well. So yeah, that's worked well for me anyway. So here we go. I'm just going to get the internet one now. All right. And again, it's pretty much exactly where I left it off, guys. Hence why, you know, I told you to do that. It's right round the back. And there we go, as simple as that. Plug in straight away there. And these ports are all located at the bottom of the PlayStation. They're not at the top. So just, you know, if you're looking for the ports, go straight down towards the bottom of the PlayStation there. Okay, now we've got the HDMI cable. All right, and again, just give it a bit of a wiggle, guys. Bit of a wiggle, and it's in. All right, and then, of course, you've got your power cable there. And again, just give it a bit of a wiggle.
Just give it a bit of a wiggle.
Yeah, I think that's in. Woo! And there we go. And that can slide back just there. Yeah. Okay. And of course, it kind of hides a lot of the cables as well. It's so big. So that's pretty good. That works well with the cable management, doesn't it? Right then, guys. Well, yeah, we're going to take a trip back to the main studio. Right then, guys, well, I hope you found that useful, and we are going to now continue with a little bit of more information with regards to my Christmas gaming guide, and we're going to have a little look at some PlayStation accessories that I think will be really good to help support your PlayStation 5 setup. Yeah. So first one, nice and easy. If you are getting a good old juicy PlayStation 5 for Christmas, then it does only come with one DualSense controller. So I would recommend picking up two, or shall I say one to make two. Either way, definitely get another PlayStation controller on the go. Now, you might be thinking, oh God, no point. I only game by myself. I don't really do that couch co-op anymore because guys, well, I have no friends, so I'm pretty much just playing it by myself. But you know what? Actually, it's more for a fact. Sorry. It's more for the fact that the battery on these things are so rubbish. So rubbish. So when one dies, boom, you can automatically go straight and continue your play with a fully charged DualSense. That happens to me all the time. I believe the battery range on these is probably only about 4 hours. And, you know, when you're watching YouTube and stuff like that, it kind of, you know, you forget that the PlayStation controller is on and the battery's draining, and then before you know it, it's dead, and you're like, oh my God. But yeah, there you go, you've got another fully charged one at the ready. So I would recommend getting two controllers for sure. Now, with the charging, yes, this was a godsend as well. You must pick up a charging dock. This is an official PlayStation one here, but again, I know you can get some third-party ones. But again, being a bit of an idiot and all that kind of stuff, to prevent anything going wrong, I always go first party, and the PlayStation one product here looks really nice. It goes with the PlayStation as well, and you know you can't go wrong with a Sony product. So yeah, this works really well, and they just slot in so seamlessly. So you know they just fall into place. You just hear a little bit of a click, and then it's in, and then of course you have the other one there. You just hear a little bit of a click. Yeah, there you go. And then it's in, and I tell you what, they look so awesome together. And I actually just locate mine just beneath here under my cabinet where I put my artsy gamer mug, and then you just plug it in, and then you're good to go. And I know I've always got one controller on charge ready to go. So yeah, and I'm just going to pop that back down there. I don't want to break anything. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh god. My Nintendo DS was there. That should have gone back. There we go. And then, yeah, you just plug it in. So I will just tilt the camera down ever so slightly so you can just see that there. Yeah, and they just fit there really nicely. Yeah, really awesome. So that is that. Now, guys, so I'm just trying to put the camera back there into the perfect place. Another accessory that I would recommend, and we've seen it all here before on the channel, is the PlayStation Portal. Oh my god. Now, I would count this really as an accessory. Even though it is a standalone product, you do need those extras like the PlayStation Premium tier to be able to have this as a standalone product. So, it is, but I would actually count this maybe more as a little bit of an accessory. And I tell you what a great accessory at that. It's really good for if you're just on the go, wanting to game wherever you are, with a Wi-Fi, of course, and just wanting to continue your games that you've been playing. It's worked really well for me over the past few years that I've had it. I had some really good memories of playing Resident Evil 4, that new one for the PlayStation 5. I was really wanting to just crack through it. And there was some periods of time where I would actually have a little bit of break from work and just hook this up to the Wi-Fi there and just play it. And I was doing remote play at the time, and I was just cracking through the game. And I managed to complete it quite quickly because I was doing obviously my stuff at home, and then during my break at work, I was able to crack on with it there as well. So that worked really well. But also, like I said in my video yesterday, as we are maybe trying to keep this a little bit of a retro gaming Christmas guide, then yes, your retro games can play really well on this thing, and hoping to give you a bit of a demonstration now. I mean, fingers crossed. I don't know how well this is going to work because it's the artsy game and this is a little bit off the cuff. But I'm going to load this up, and I would love to see if I can get Jak and Daxter cloud streaming on this device. So here we go. I'm just going to go over to the cloud streaming, which is just this one here. And here we go. This is the games I can stream that I've already downloaded directly to my console. But here you go. You've got your streaming games on the PlayStation Plus store. So that's what I'm going to click. And yeah, come on, you've got so many games here. Wow, guys. Yeah, I tell you what, this is great, isn't it? This is so, so great. But of course, you can search, I believe. So I'm just going to see if I can search Jak and Daxter. I'm hoping so. So yeah, let's see. Right then, here we go, guys. I have managed to find Sly Cooper. Oh, sorry about the glare there. On the PlayStation Plus package, and here you go. What a great retro game that you can explore on your PlayStation Portal. And because of the style of game it is, it's not so taxing on that cloud streaming service. You are going to get a pretty good experience, I believe. So yeah, this is just kind of the opening cutscene here. So yeah, here we go, straight into the action, and we'll see if we can get some nice smooth gameplay on here. So yeah, come on. I mean, how awesome is this? Proper handheld gaming here with some of your retro games. How amazing is this? So yeah, I've got a lovely jump mechanic there just by pressing X, and I tell you what, there is barely any latency there. So how fantastic. We've got our swipe of our cane there, which is really lovely. Oh yeah, look at the lighting as well. I love kind of that shell shaded effect that is used in this game. So yeah, top notch it really is. Now I'm not going to do any specific gameplay today, but I would love to actually experience Sly Cooper again. What a brilliant game! And you know I can do this now, just as a little awesome handheld experience. And this is all done via the cloud streaming. Now, guys, I couldn't find Jack and Daxter. Whether or not it hasn't been put into the cloud streaming catalogue yet, I don't know, but I do know that is a game you can play. So whether or not it's on that Portal one or not, I couldn't find it. But nevertheless, I managed to find Sly Cooper, and what a great retro game, and what a great experience you can have with this. And I tell you what, it's all pretty seamless at the moment. Really, really smooth. Wow, yeah, perfect. Really, really wonderful. That cane go, baby. Ready to beat up some people. Ooh. But yeah, there you go. I just thought I would show that. And of course, you can play your latest and greatest PlayStation 5 games on here. But like I said, if we're keeping things a little bit retro, then yeah, come on. What a great way to play Sly Cooper. All right then, guys. And yeah, I think the final thing that I would recommend to just get your PlayStation 5 setup going on a budget and very basic, well, shall I say here, I'm not going all out with like the latest and greatest gaming setup at all. This is very much just gaming on a budget. And yeah, for me, you want some headphones, but I am not a massive fan of those big, bulky headphones, and that is just my personal opinion. You might be all for those headphones, and I would recommend going for those Sony. Are they Pulse? Are they the Pulse Elites? Yeah, Pulse Elites or something like that, something groovy like that. So yeah, I would recommend going for a Sony product, especially the PlayStation branded ones as well. Yeah, anything kind of Sony related, just go for. But yeah, I would say Pulse Elite especially. But if you're somebody like me who doesn't like wearing headphones, I mean, come on, my hair's in a bun half the time, so it don't really work for me. Then you can just pick up some basic, cheap plug and play headphones, and they work perfectly. So yeah, all you need to do is just get the aux cable there, plug it in to the aux connection at the bottom of your controller there, and you are good to go. To start with, it may just be the chat that is coming through those headphones, so you may only be able to hear people talking through you to on a chat, if that makes sense, if you're on COD, for example. So you may need to go to the settings and change that to all audio that comes through your headphones. But if you're just wanting, just to get in the zone a little bit more, but you don't want those bulky headphones, then yeah, I would recommend just getting a wireless pair. And then these work on your PlayStation Portal as well. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not a massive fan of those big bad boys. I really am not. So something like this will work perfectly. Unfortunately, though, you can't connect, I don't know, your iPod, AirPods. Jesus, get my words. It's because I haven't had a sip of coffee, guys.
iPod, AirPods. Jesus, get my words. It's because I haven't had a sip of coffee, guys.
I'm starting to lose it now. You can tell I'm starting to lose it. Don't worry. We're going to get it back on track with a sip. Yeah, lovely. Oh, daddy. Ooh. You can't use your AirPods, for example. If you are looking to use some wireless earbuds, then yeah, you do have to buy the whole PlayStation ones, and you have to do it and connect them by the link or whatever it's called, like that. That's just Sony wanting you to get their products, isn't it, at the end of the day? But yeah, if you are just wanting some third party stuff, then you do have to have wired headphones. That's the only downside to that. But there you go. I think that's kind of a good solution if you're not wanting those bulky headphones. But there are some really awesome speakers that have caught my eye, some Sony branded speakers that I have seen. I think they were introduced in a very recent state of play. Some really lovely white big speakers that you can buy for your PlayStation 5. So yeah, they have caught my eye, and I am a bit of a fan of kind of like if I do experience it, that 3D audio effect, and I believe those speakers will provide that. So yeah, that might be actually a little bit of a thing. If you're not mad on the headphones, but you still want that really cool audio experience, then I believe those speakers will provide that. So yeah, you never know, guys. Maybe Santa might get me those speakers, and then we can do a complete unbox experience of those speakers. Yeah. But yeah, with regards to accessories, I think that's pretty much it. There is just one thing I would like to mention, actually, and when you were looking at my PlayStation 5, I did have a white strip down the front of that. That is basically just because, first of all, I like the colour white. I just love it. You know me by now. My whole place is white. But also it does protect that shiny, glossy effect that's on the front of your PlayStation from getting scratches and scuffs and stuff like that. So I would recommend getting some sort of protective vinyl sticker on front of that. It doesn't have to be as loud as mine, full white and stuff like that. You can get black ones as well. And I just would recommend getting that if you don't want your PlayStation to be scratched and scuffed and all that jazz. Yeah. Well, right then, guys, we are very nearing the end. Of course, we do have to open the Harry Potter Advent Calendar and then also get to grips with how we enter for this week's giveaway. Oh my gosh, because we have reached 300 subs. But yeah, before we do, let's get our Harry Potter Advent Calendar out then, guys. So here we are. We're on number 6, baby. We're on number 6 today. Oh, and who's it gonna be? Who's it going to be in number 6? Let's just get this out there. Oh, individually wrapped. And, oh, okay. Is this Malfoy? I think this could be Malfoy there. Yeah, again, in his robes. Oh, that's really sweet. And I think David would like Malfoy. Draco Malfoy there, as he is a massive fan of Slytherin. So there we go. Oh, wow. Awesome. Well, there we go. That was behind number 6. Awesome. Yeah, and I will wrap that back up for today's TikTok Live. So yeah, very excited to get going on with that. So that was behind door number 6. I think that was Draco Malfoy. But yeah, there we go. That's my awesome Harry Potter Advent Calendar. And then, yes, guys, well, here we are. Oh my gosh, it is giveaway time. Right then, so all you have to do to enter the competition to win the PS1 Hagrid, I don't know where it's gone now. Anyway, fully coloured, by the way, fully coloured. All you have to do is enter down below what is your favourite Harry Potter movie of all time. And if you're not a massive Harry Potter fan, then all you need to do is just put down a film name. Just research it, give it a Google and just put that one. It really doesn't matter. But pop down what is your favourite Harry Potter film of all time, and that will gain you an entry into the competition. What you must do as well is you must like this video, you must share the video as well, and also you must be a subscriber to the channel. Once you've done all 4 of those things, that will, gain you an entry into one of my hats there, and then we'll reveal it next Saturday. So next Saturday will be the grand reveal on who wins the PlayStation 1 Hagrid that I've drawn. Oh my gosh, baby. Yeah, and I think the comment of the day goes to David again. It's probably going to be David for all of December because he is giving us a lowdown of every single character that is featured in the Harry Potter Advent Calendar. Up until now, it's been pretty good. I think I have known most of them, but I tell you what, the further down we go, there are some characters that I really don't know. So yeah, stay tuned, and thank you, David, for keeping us posted and up to date on who is each character. It means a lot. Right then, guys, so yeah, David bagged comment of the day. I hope that video was really useful and helpful, and that is the end of my Christmas retro gaming gift guide. I hope you enjoyed the series as well. Anyway, guys, that is me, the Artsy Gamer, over and out.